Well, I'm back up the farm. The sheep and the cows have just noticed that I've arrived and they're expecting some food shortly. This morning we have already been to fetch some food for the cows and the sheep. We buy it in bulk and I fetch that with the livestock trailer, bring it up a ton at a time. But the last time I went and fetched some, we just couldn't make it up that hill. So I ended up parking the trailer at the bottom of the hill, shoveling the feed out of the bulk bag into small bags, bringing them up 10 bags at a time in the back of the van. But this time round I thought we'll bring half a ton. I'll get it loaded into the back of the pickup. I usually run with a truckman top on the back, but I've taken it off recently because we needed to get a large round bale of hay up here also for feeding the cows. And now the truckman tops off this old 200, it's opened it right up and we're using it properly now, and it's a very useful tool. You can see how wet and slippery and steep the hill is that we have to climb, and we've got half a ton on the back, not a problem. So what I've got to do now is decant this feed, and what we do is we keep it in plastic wheelie bins. And by doing that, we managed to keep all the rodents off this feed. Previously, when we've been getting the 1 ton sacks, we didn't have enough wheelie bins, so we've been storing it just in the wood, jacked up on some, like a metal stillage, thinking that keeping it off the ground would stop the rodents from getting in. But how wrong were we? We'd lost quite a lot of that food. I think it's mainly to the squirrels. I have even found rat droppings on the pallet that it was stored on, and it was stored at a height of about 1.5 meters. So it just shows that if there's some food about, these rats are going to get into it. But what we're using now is these plastic wheelie bins. We've got 2 or 3 already dotted around that we've been keeping the pigs and the chickens feed in, and so far none of the rodents have managed to get in. However, they do try, and they've been chewing the plastic quite a lot, but they've been up here nearly 2 years with feeding and not once sustained too much damage. But before we go and shovel the feed out of that ton bag on the back of the truck and into some wheelie bins, we've got some pigs to feed, and we'll give the cows and the sheep a couple of bags of hay. Good morning, Peony. It's time for some dinner. Oh, you have got a bad leg, haven't you? Come on. Now, Peanut's the easiest one to feed. Now we've got to go and do the clan of piglets. That'll be fun. Well, here they are. The terrible 15. You can see they've only just got out of bed. They are relatively clean right now. Good morning. What a load of hungry little piggies. Let's go and chuck them some snap. Well, that wasn't so bad. It's a bit sloppy in there. Because they're troughs, they've absolutely annihilated, buried them in the mud. So I've thrown an old garage door in there and I feed them on the garage door that way. Most of the pellets don't get washed into the mud. It's not ideal, and before I get any more piglets, I'll make sure that I've got proper feeding facilities. Don't want to be wasting any food. So Peanut's done, the piglets are done. We'll just go and chuck a couple of scoops in for Bacon and Bertha. Good morning, big pigs. What, you been rooting? Found anything good? What's up, Moo? Hello. You ready for some breakfast? It's your turn next. Let's go and get you some hay. Here's one I bagged up earlier. So that's everybody with their breakfast. So everyone's had the breakfast. Cows, pigs, the chickens will have food still in their bowls. I'll load them up later in the day. So I think I'm going to take my coat off because the sun has been beaming down on me just now. So I'll get my coat off, start shoveling some of this feed into the wheelie bins. Well, I've been shoveling this food for about half an hour with an audience. These guys can smell it, so I'm going to take a break, give these a tester of the new food from today, and then dig out another wheelie bin, fill that up. Let's see if we can get these buckets in without being trampled to death. Come on then. Come on. You know what time it is, don't you? Get out of it. There's enough buckets to go around, you know. There's an empty one over there. But you like sharing, don't you? Yes, you do. You like sharing. And the sheep like sharing. Everybody's happy. Today, I've also got to do some actual work, not just ferrying food around. There's a pen over there that used to hold chickens this time last year. It's been vacant for a while, but I started cleaning it the other day and the chicken coop was absolutely infested with mites. I have burnt it once and I've sprayed it with a mite repellent, I'll call it, but it was that bad. I'm going to give it one more burning out. So I'm going to put some of the chickens out of the big pen into this old pen. And the chickens that I'm going to put in are going to be the ones that I want to breed from this year. But before we get on with the chicken house, we need to swap this battery out for the fence energizer. Otherwise, the pigs are going to get out. That other battery is really, really low. So I've just remembered that the blowtorch that I need to cook this chicken coop is back at home in my van, so I'm gonna have to take a quick dash home, fetch this blowtorch. Got to get this chicken coop done tonight or before tonight, because it's when those chickens go to roost is when I'm going to take them off their perch and move them to the new coop. I don't want to be running around that muddy pen chasing chickens. I don't know about you, but I'm not much good at catching chickens. So pop back home, get the blowtorch, come and get some work done. Right, we're back and I've got the blowtorch. Let's go and get it attached to a gas bottle and give these mites what for. So that's it, we've got the blowtorch ripping. You know what is good, it's like a bloody jet engine. The last blowtorch I used to burn this coop out was not as fierce as this, so hopefully a good blast over with this flame should take out any remaining mite that might still be alive in here. You can see when we go into the coop, all the little things across the floor that look like grains of sand, they're actually mite, probably dead mite now. So they have been treated twice already, once with the flame and once with a pesticide. But just to make sure, I'm going to give it another torch and then we can move these chickens in when the sun goes down. well, that blowtorch is a proper piece of kit. I don't think there's much chance of any mite surviving the onslaught of that flame. It's that strong and that fierce, it got into every nook and cranny. So I'm happy now, or I'll be pleased to put chickens in here, knowing that they're not going to get eaten alive by mites. So all I need to do now is put some bedding in here, put some straw in the nest boxes, make it a bit more homely. And this is going to be where the White Rock chickens are going to be brought up. And within this Harris fence pen, it's almost like a big chicken tractor. I can move it around, it does take 2 people, but I'll probably leave them in these areas a week at a time and then move them around just so they don't kill the ground like they have done over in the main field. So it's not been a bad day. We've got enough pellet food for the cows and the sheep to last us probably 3 months. And it's all been packed away neatly into the wheelie bins. So hopefully the rats, the mice and the squirrels won't be able to get their dirty little mitts on our feed. We've toasted the chicken house. That's now done. So tonight, when the sun goes down, when those chickens are roosting, I'll go in there, grab the ones that I want, and that's going to make a nice little breeding pen. But the sun's going down now, as you can see. The cows are getting hungry again. They need another load of hay. So I'll just sort them out and I'll see you very soon.